How's it going? Today I'm going to be drinking Brazilian liquor for the first time. Today, to be specific, I will be drinking Brazil's national liquor, cachaça, which is a type of liquor made with fermented sugar cane and is the type of liquor that makes up the primary alcoholic component of a caipirinha. Overall, I am quite excited to try cachaça for the very first time, to find out just what it's like, whether I enjoy it or not, and to simply put, drink some alcohol as well, as it has been around about 4 days since the last time I had any alcohol, and I could definitely go for some, I will acknowledge. What I have with me today isn't just any cachaça though. It is one of, if not the most popular varieties of cachaça available. Cachaça 51. And if I had to hazard a guess, this bottle right here, this variety right here, is probably not popular due to the quality of it. It's probably popular instead due to the price, because I spent $14.99 in Brazilian reals on this bottle of liquor right here, and that equates to round about $2.89 USD with the current conversion rate. For that price, I got a liquor with an ABV of 39%, a proof of 78, and I got in total 965 milliliters of alcohol for $2.89 USD. If I had to hazard a guess, this variety, this version of cachaça is probably popular due to the price, not due to the quality, and I have not heard that this is a sipping liquor. I have heard that this is a mixer to mix with Red Bull or Sprite, or to mix into a caipirinha or something along those lines. Nonetheless, today I will be drinking this liquor straight, and I will hopefully enjoy myself. We're gonna have to wait and find out. But I do suppose, without further ado, we should probably get right into it now, shouldn't we? By covering the packaging of this bottle, going over the look of the bottle. Then after that, I'm gonna go ahead and get the cap all off. I'm gonna go ahead and take a smell of cachaça, of Brazilian liquor for the very first time, and I am gonna let you guys know what the liquor inside this bottle actually smells like and what I'm getting on the nose. Then I'm gonna go ahead and pour a little bit of a glass of it right here in this little cup, and I will then take a sip and find out just how this stuff is to drink straight. And a little bit later on in the video, maybe I'll try mixing some with water and see if I get a little bit of a different flavor at that point from it. And yeah, that's my plan. After drinking, I'm gonna give you guys my final thoughts on this variety and on my initial impressions of Brazilian liquor. And I think that's pretty much all that's going on during this video. But before I go ahead and cover the packaging of this bottle, I first off want to go ahead and thank the sponsor of today's video, who is me. I am the sponsor of today's video because my new poetry book, Poems to Read While Smoking Cigarettes, is out now. It's available on Amazon for $14.99. I do highly recommend it. Of course, the poems within this book, they're not good poems, but they are poems to read while smoking cigarettes, and there is no better poetry book to read while drinking alcohol and smoking cigarettes than this poetry book right here. I do highly recommend it. Make sure to go check it out on Amazon. If you're interested, links are in the description and comments below. But now that I have thanked the sponsor of today's video, who just so happened to be me, I do suppose I should probably go ahead and quickly cover the look of this bottle now, shouldn't I? So let's go ahead and do exactly that. We can see we get a yellow topper up here on a thin stem that slowly gets a little bit thicker until we reach a round bottle right here in the middle. We can see there's a little bit of a divot right there to make it a little bit flatter and whatnot kind of thing. And same on the bottle, on the bottom of the bottle right there as well, to say what I wanted to say correctly. We could see overall the color scheme for the label itself is very yellow and white with a little bit of red. I would have to say the topper itself is very much that of a yellow topper, and the liquid on the inside is a watery clear color. And by that I mean it's colorless. There is no color to it. Water does not have a color, and if it does have a color, you should probably get that checked out by a plumber or by your local city or municipality or something like that kind of thing. You should probably get that fixed if I had to hazard a guess. But yes, this is clear. There are versions of cachaça that are aged in barrels that do give it a color like whiskey or bourbon or brandy. However, this is not one of those. This is a standard stock meant to be mixed cachaça, and just like with rum per se, you'll see a lot of like sipping rums have been aged for years, whereas a lot of mixing rums are very clear and and stuff like that kind of thing. And the general impression I get is that the same can be said about cachaça as well. The mixing ones are clear, and the well, straight drinking ones tend to be aged, and so they tend to have a little bit of a color to it. I do suppose is really what I'm trying to say there. I don't know where I was really going with that, but I was going somewhere. I need some alcohol, let me tell y'all what. Let's go ahead and cover the look of the topper, to be precise, real quick. We can see on the top of the cap just says 5-1 right there. That's the brand name, 51. And we can see nothing too much going on. We can see there's a little bit of a pull tab right there. I believe I have to pull that to get the cap to come off. And it just says 51 on the back right there on the pull tab. And then we get some Portuguese right here as well, embossed into the plastic. Just says uma boa idea. Maybe that means like one good idea or one unique idea. I'm not exactly sure. I don't speak or read Portuguese, I will acknowledge. But that's the general gist of kind of what I'm getting from that statement. And then below that, it just says 51 right there. Says it on the back as well. And we get a little bit of a sort of wave design going up and down across this as well. And that's really all that's going on the topper up here. We can see embossed into the glass on the bottle itself, we get the 51 sort of logo itself right there on many different sides. We can see it on the front, on the side right there, on the back, on the other side. We can see it a total of, I think, 4 times, yes, total of 4 times. It's embossed on the bottle right there, in pretty much the exact same place on just different sides of the bottle. And after that, we move on to the label right here, which is right below. We can see starts off with a yellow background, transitions to a white background after the label right here. And the yellow background has some different distinct details to it that might not be obvious at a glance. We could see some designs, some dotted lines and everything like that kind of thing. Right over here, we could see a little bit of a ribbon stretching across right there with some text in it in red, and we could see some more text right there. I'll be translating all of this text with a secondary phone of mine in just a few minutes after we go ahead and just cover the general design of the label right here. We can see there's a little bit of a ribbon right here as well. It kind of curves up and down. It's got a little bit of a medallion in the center right there, a little bit of a gold sort of border, a little bit of white, a little bit of red, a little bit of burgundy, and then it just says 5-1 right there in white with a little bit of a burgundy and red drop shadow, if I had to say. And there's a little bit of a sort of silver lines on the inside, and this ribbon has some vertical lines as well. Moving on below that, we get some more text right here, which I'll also be translating. We get, I assume, I was about to say that's probably like the master distiller's signature or something like that kind of thing, but no, that is not. It just says, I'm not exactly sure, but it says bebidas, which means like beverage kind of thing. So talking about something about drinks right there. And we get some like quality medals trying to make everybody think that this is a really high quality cachaça. Don't know if it actually is. Maybe it's amazing to drink straight. I have no idea. But yep, get some medal right there for qualities. Just says production 100% Brazil cachaça right there. And then we get the milliliters right there, 965 milliliters. And we get a little bit of a sugarcane design right there and some barrels right there as well kind of thing. Overall, you know, not too bad of a design if I do say so myself. If I had to hazard a guess, this is more than likely an extremely iconic and overall just very noteworthy alcohol and recognizable alcohol design. That was the right way of putting it. That was the word I was looking for. This is probably a very noteworthy and recognizable liquor and alcohol design within Brazil. Now, since I'm not from Brazil, this is not recognizable to me. This is not iconic to me. This is not notable to me. But if I had to hazard a guess, that's probably exactly what this is in Brazil. Just a guess, though. Just a guess, if I had to hazard a guess. Let's go and translate all the text real quick, though. I translated it before this video just to see what it said, but I couldn't remember exactly what it said when I was looking at it. So let's translate it again with my other phone. So let's go and take a photo of that, have it scan, and select all the text. And it just says, it's loading. Here we go. It just says, legend has it that in the beginning, cachaças from the best vintages were stored in barrel number 51. This is how the best-selling cachaça in the world was born. 51, the best-selling in the world. They're really pushing that. They're really pushing that. So, yeah, they're really trying to push that it's the best selling in the world and that it's the best cachaça and everything like that kind of thing. They're really trying to push that. Makes me pretty suspicious. They're really trying to sell this as being a quality beverage. They're really trying to sell it. Well, that's what it says, though. That's what it says. Don't know if any of that is true. We'll find out. We'll find out. But, yeah, no complaints, no complaints. That's pretty much all there is to the label on the front. So let's go and cover the label on the back now, which is a lot smaller, which is the barcode right here. Yellow background top and bottom, although a little bit more of a distinct yellow. A little bit less of a faded yellow on the bottom than on the top. We got the ribbon right there. Just says Pirasunga. I don't know exactly what that means, but just says, yep, that up there in a little bit of a red. Get those details going around the sides once again, and we get a bunch of information right here. Now, one interesting thing that I've seen so far being in Brazil is that everything is marked whether it has gluten in it or not. I am gluten-free and dairy-free, and when traveling, sometimes gluten and dairy can be a little bit difficult kind of thing. There's a lot of countries that use gluten in most of their national dishes and everything like that. So if I want to try any of those, I got to go to gluten-free specialty places and everything like that. And sometimes I got to look at certain stores because some places are just not very good at marking ingredients on the sort of like back of the packaging of like even snacks per se. Brazil is not one of those countries. Brazil, oh my God, there's so many gluten-free places. So many more than I expected. And there are as well so many different like labels that are on the back of everything, like literally everything. Even alcohol has to say whether it's gluten-free or not. And on the bottom of the bottle right there above my finger, it says "Não contém gluten," which means no gluten, gluten-free. Yeah, so this is, as it says on the bottle, gluten-free. That's not even something I get from liquor in the United States, because alcohol in the United States doesn't have to say like what's in it or what allergens are in it or anything like that kind of thing. It's not applicable. It's not considered a food. It's considered a regulated good, which I think makes the difference. I'm not exactly sure. Don't quote me on that. Maybe in Brazil this is considered a food product, so they still have to list some of the ingredients or something like that. I'm not exactly sure, or at least the allergens and whatnot kind of thing. Really cool in my opinion. Love that it actually says gluten-free right on the bottle. That's awesome. I already assumed it was because this is just made with fermented sugarcane juice, but hey, it's always good to double check. It's always good to make sure, and that is really cool to see. I love that. Let's go and translate the back of the bottle. There's a lot of information on the back of the bottle that I probably want to check, so let's go ahead and check that. Select all the text. Just says 51, the most selling in the world, bottled and sold by company Muller de Bebidas Rua Lara Antonia Dolphy Balden. And then they have like, I think coordinates, and then they have more numbers and information, other stuff, ingredients. Oh, wow, the ingredients are actually on there? Oh my God, they are. Oh, wow. So the ingredients are distillate from fermented, just says distillate from fermented. Cana de acuar, which just means, I assume, sugarcane. So fermented sugarcane, sugar and water. And there we go, 39% alcohol by volume. Industria Brasilia, quality guarantee, and it just went away. Let's try that again. There we go, found it. Let's take a look, Was there anything I was mentioning? Registered trademark, avoid excessive consumption of alcohol, does not contain gluten, sale to under 18 years of age is prohibited, and then they've got some other information and a customer service number and everything like that kind of thing, and that's all that's going on with the back of the bottle. Yep, it actually has the ingredients on the bottle itself, bro. That's awesome. I love that. As somebody with allergies, it's really nice to just be able to have the ingredients on the back of the bottle and to have it say whether it contains it or not. That's super nice. I love that. And yeah, I'm really glad that I can actually drink this. But yeah, that's really all there is to the packaging. Overall, no complaints on my behalf. Very solid, iconic look, I do think. Nothing too crazy going on with the packaging. It's nothing too complex, nothing too simple, but Definitely with the color scheme, with the red in the middle, I can see how this packaging may very well be very iconic to a whole generation of people from Brazil, if not more than a whole generation, maybe multiple generations, and I can see how this alcohol right here has a name. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get the cap all open though, and let's go ahead and try to take a little bit of a smell, I do think. So what I'm doing is I'm just pulling this pull tab right here, just like that. Oh, there we go, there we go. And the whole cap just came off. Oh, wait, do I have to? Oh, that's different. That's very different. Okay, interesting. Let's see if I can get the cap off of that, just like that. And do I have to take, so just to bring this down just a little bit, there's this cap right here. Is this a pour thing, or do I need to do anything? Okay, let's just try to pour glass, because I think this might be a slow pour. So let's see, is that a slow pour? No, nothing is coming out. Okay, I do need to do something. What do I need to do? There's something on my hand there. There obviously is something there. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. This moves. I know everybody from Brazil who's drank 5-1 is like, bro, don't know how to do this? You're right, I don't know how to do this. I have no idea what I'm doing. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? I've got no idea. Oh, no, there it goes. Oh, okay. And we're gonna start off with, oh, that's actually sweet. Okay, so you have to pour it where it's almost upside down. Okay, so this is just meant where you like don't pour too much. That's actually really nice. I love slow pours on bottles. Like, it makes it where you can't drink it right out of the bottle. But, oh, and this just pops on like that. It doesn't twist on, it just pops on like that. Okay, that's pretty good. Very cool, very cool. All right, nice, nice, nice. I really like slow pours. My only issue with them is that it makes it where I can't drink straight out of the bottle, but like I don't drink straight out of the bottle anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I just like being able to smell the alcohol in the bottle, as sometimes you get a little bit of a different smell from inside the bottle when compared to the actual liquor in the glass, but I think we're just gonna stick to the liquor in the glass today. Let's see what cachaça actually smells like. And overall, I can say it's different. It's not like rum. It is not like rum at all. I have heard some people describe cachaça as having some similarities, smell-wise and flavor-wise, to rum, just online and stuff like that kind of thing. Didn't know if they were true or not. Kind of thinking, at least for this variety, that ain't true. I'm getting, oh man, what is that smell? That is very unique. It definitely smells. This definitely smells fermented for sure. This absolutely smells fermented. Interesting. Okay, so I'm getting, it's sort of like a fermented dead plant smell. Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way, but it's sort of like fermented dead plants. Yeah. No, I don't know what other cachaça smell like, of course. I don't know if this is just 51's sort of smell. I have no idea. But this is what I'm experiencing. Okay, interesting, interesting. That dog has been barking for like the last 2 hours straight. I'm like, bro's vocal cords have got to be dead. That dog has been going for like 2 hours. Oh my God. It smells so different than, honestly, what I was expecting. And honestly, anything I've had before. If I had to describe this as being closest to anything, though, I would say, like, sort of an agricole rum is probably closest, just because there's a little bit of a sort of, like, plant-like smell in there, in my opinion. But even that doesn't quite do it justice. Even that doesn't quite do it justice. I would say though, the smell of this liquor, the smell of the Cachaça 51, is very much that of a sweet, savory, I would say, yeah, the smell is that of a sweet, sort of savory, fermented plant. Sweet, savory, fermented plant. I don't really know of a better way to describe it than that. It's sort of like, yeah, a sweet, and you can definitely tell it's made with sugarcane, for sure. You can absolutely tell that. It smells like sugar. But the whole fermentation part is like, I know this is fermented, but wow, it really does smell like it's fermented. Interesting. Okay, okay. Well, I'm gonna have to say, smell-wise, that of a sort of... I was hearing something, I wasn't sure what it was. Yeah, it's got sort of a, in the best way possible, a fermented, sweet, dead, greenery plant smell. Like the smell of a forest after it rains, but the forest has a lot of like logs on the ground kind of thing. I'm getting a little bit of that. Yeah, I'm very much getting like the smell of a forest after it rains, but the forest has a lot of dead logs on the ground kind of thing, sort of smell. But more than just that, but that's kind of the best way I can describe the smell. This is very interesting. And it's taking me some time to think about it, I'm not going to deny. More time than I should really be taking, because the sun is starting to go down. And I've still got a glass of liquor to drink. Yeah, I would have to say sweet, definitely sugarcane, fermented greenery, plant sort of smell. You can definitely tell that it's alcohol, but it doesn't smell distinctly up in your face paint thinner or anything like that. I'm not getting any sort of paint thinner on the nose or any sort of nail varnish on the nose or nail polish or whatever you want to call it. None of that. None of that sort of smell. It really is just, yeah, sugarcane, fermented plants, dead plant sort of smell. Very interesting, very interesting. And I want to clarify, dead plant smell in the best way possible. It doesn't smell like a disgusting compost pile. It does not. I want to clarify. It smells like dead plants in the best way possible. Before I go ahead and take a sip, I'm going to go inside real quick, and I'm going to turn on the room's lights for the balcony I'm on. So we have a little bit of lighting because the sun is kind of going down right now. So I'm going to get a little bit extra lighting going, and I'll be back real quick, and we're going to go and get to drinking. I knocked over my water bottle, but not my alcohol, and that's all that's important. All right, well, hopefully as it continues getting dark, the light from the room will help with the lighting of this video just a little bit. Before I go ahead and get to drinking, let's real quick grab myself a little bit of a thumbnail. I do think. So let's grab a little bit of a thumbnail, one like this. One like this. And let's grab one like this as well. Well, if I can. Well, there we go, y'all. There we go. I think I'm going to take a sip of water real quick. Drum myself up for this. I haven't had any alcohol in about 4 days. Haven't had any straight liquor in over that. Last drink I had was a gin and Sprite in Panama. So, I think this might hit a bit. My tolerance is non-existent now, because I haven't been drinking any alcohol for the last 4 days. Without further ado, let's see if I get a buzz, let's see how this stuff is, and let's see if it's a worthwhile sipper. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Cheers, y'all. Cheers, y'all. Ooh, yeah, spicy, spicy. Spicy, spicy, but smooth. Looking at the ocean a little bit in the distance. I don't know if you're just picking up on the camera, but we can hear it just a little bit. I'm literally staying like literally 500 meters from the beach. Not far at all. No, I say 500 meters from the beach. It's literally like a 2-minute walk to the beach and then another like 300 meters like to the ocean is more what I meant. So relaxing. The nature noises are great. Oh, a little bird just landed. Nice. This is different. I can say this is different. This is definitely different. Okay, yeah. No, this is definitely different. Huh. You know, I was trying to think just based off of what I had heard about this liquor previously, before this video. I was trying to go, okay, like what mixers do I want to try with it at some point in the future after I try it? And I was thinking, well, it's clear, so maybe Sprite will work, maybe Coca-Cola will work, maybe Pepsi or something like that. Maybe try ginger ale. I don't know if any of those are going to go with this. Honestly, I don't know. This is different. I think out of all of them, Coca-Cola and Sprite, maybe ginger ale have the best chance. But I'm not exactly sure what mixer would go best with this. Probably Monster. Honestly, I think like the classic Monster would go pretty well with this, frankly put. Other than that, can't really think of anything that I think would go perfect. I took a tiny sip there. I'm not shotting this. I'm not taking big sips. I'm taking small sips, taking it slowly. This is solid though. This is solid. I'm quite liking this. This is nice, I gotta admit. Yeah, no, this is very solid. Overall, gotta admit, I am quite liking how this liquor is coming across. It's very interesting. I'm not such a big fan of the roughness. I do like my smooth liquors, I will acknowledge. But I do like the flavor of it. It's very different from almost everything I've tried before. It's very interesting. Oh, but a bird just flew by. Taste-wise, it kind of tastes how it smells. It kind of does. It kind of does taste how it smells. I think definitely adding some water and drinking this just straight with water, I think will kind of give me a better idea of what the flavor may be like. So I think after I finish this glass, I will do exactly that. I've got like a solid shot and a half worth in this glass, so I think I'll be pretty buzzed at that point though, so no guarantees on how the actual description of the flavor is going to come across, but yeah, no. Uh-oh. Somebody's doing like a 20-point turn on the road in front of the Airbnb where I'm staying, which is a very tight road with a dead end right there. So you have to do a 20-point turn if you don't want to reverse for like literally 300 meters or 5,000 bazillion burgers. And I said bazillion, not Brazilian. I want to go and clarify. I said 500 million bazillion burgers. That's a lot of burgers. It's hard to describe. This flavor is really hard to describe. Once again, the most similar thing, just like I described with the smell, the most similar thing I've experienced with the flavor of this is an agricole rum. But it's still different. It's still different. In my opinion, rum, generally speaking, has a more sort of syrupy mouthfeel to it. It is not very watery. Whereas with this, in my opinion, the mouthfeel is more watery. I really don't think the mouthfeel of Cachaça, at least the Cachaça 51, is very syrupy at all. It really is, in my opinion, much more watery than not, which I definitely do think lends itself to being a better mixer. Of course, that's probably what this liquor is mainly designed for. It's probably not really meant for drinking straight, but that's what I'm doing today. And honestly, I've certainly had a hell of a lot worse mixers. And worse things to drink straight. Oh my god. Having drank Everclear straight, being used to 75.5% alcohol, I'm not used to drinking Everclear straight. I did that once and never again. That stuff is crazy, though. This stuff is easy compared to Everclear. And it is getting me a buzz. I'm a lightweight, but it is getting me a buzz. Man, it's so beautiful out here. Like, I've got some bushes in front of me kind of blocking the view just a little bit, but I'm seeing the sky, sun setting. It's gorgeous out here. It's beautiful out here. I'm loving it. Oh, and there's like a big bird. It's like a pheasant. Oh man, it's like a pheasant. Oh bro, that's awesome. Oh, it's kind of running away from me now. Oh, but that was so cool. I had to get a video with my other phone. I'm trying to figure out, do I want to integrate the video or do I want to just show y'all? I'll just show y'all now. There it is. There it is. There's the pheasant. Oh, it ran away. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Integrated video on video. That's kind of breaking the fourth wall, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. This pheasant, though, I saw one of these, like, in the yard, like, a day or two ago, and I was like, bro, that's literally a pheasant. Like, I've never seen a pheasant, like, out in the wild. Like, that's crazy. That bird is huge. Would last a total of 2 days in my neighborhood back home. We got too many cats. But, no, those birds are pretty cool. Those birds are pretty cool. Those pheasants are pretty epic, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what kind of pheasant that is, but it's pretty epic. In regards to the nature, in Brazil, I woke up yesterday with a giant spider on, like, the shelving in the room I'm staying in. It was bigger than a mouse. It was, I'd say about epic. Yeah. Probably not quite the size of my hand, but probably like up to there kind of thing. It's pretty big. Bigger than a mouse, in my opinion. Bigger than a field mouse for sure. Bigger than a city mouse? I don't know. Definitely bigger than a field mouse, though. But it was huge. It was huge. And I took a photo of it, which I may put on screen right now because I don't have a photo on my other phone. But I took a photo of it, and it said it was a huntsman spider. And it did say some species are definitely venomous, so I was like, I ain't messing with it. I ain't messing with it. I didn't mess with it. I don't know where it is. I didn't mess with it. I was like, hey, spider chillin', yo. Don't touch my stuff, and I don't touch your stuff. And we separated the room just like that. Now, the truth of the matter is that I really don't mind spiders. I really don't mind them. Now, if I see a highly venomous spider coming after me, am I running? Yes, I am. Am I going to be backing away from it? Yes, I am. But generally speaking, I'm pretty chill with spiders, I gotta admit. Like, if it's a spider that is not known for aggression, not known for being venomous, or not known for trying to chew your eyeballs out while you sleep, I'm chilling with it, honestly. I like spiders. They get rid of mosquitoes. They get rid of fruit flies, 2 of the most annoying things on Earth. They get rid of gnats, 3 of the most things annoying on Earth. I hate gnats, fruit flies, and mosquitoes. They're all horrible. Although mosquitoes are the worst of them all, I gotta admit. I hate those blood-sucking pieces of crap. But I'm getting a buzz. But I'm generally pretty chill with spiders, I gotta admit. Like, especially jumping spiders. I actually think jumping spiders are quite cute. If any of y'all have arachnophobia, condolences. But jumping spiders are quite cute, I gotta admit. Huntsman spider, though, I wasn't such a big fan of having a spider the size of a mouse in my bedroom. I wasn't such a big fan of that, I will acknowledge. Wasn't really a big fan of that, but that was the reality of the situation, and I went, yep, all right. Whatever. Haven't seen it since, like, yesterday morning, so, hey, I'm gonna forget about it. That's why I'm drinking alcohol, so I don't have to think about giant huntsman spiders in my bedroom while I'm sleeping. No, just kidding. I remember the spider. It was chilling. It was chilling. Honestly, this stuff, just taking really, really, really small sips. There's a little bit of burning in the back of my throat, but honestly, it's not half bad. It's really not half bad. Like, I I genuinely looked up reviews of cachaça. I was trying to figure out, like, I had the idea. I was like, I want to try Brazil's national liquor. And I want to try the most popular variety of that liquor, cachaça. And that just so happens to be, from what I can tell at least, 51. So I was like, that's what I want to try. That's what I want to give a go to. See how it is. I looked up reviews of other ones, and some other ones got, like, horrible reviews. And people were like, this is like, I don't like it. I don't know about 51. I didn't see any reviews of 51, nor did I look it up, because I didn't want to spoil what I was going to be experiencing for myself. Don't want to have somebody else's opinion change my own even before I've tried what I'm looking at. But this stuff ain't bad to drink straight, honestly. I'm sure it's better as a mixer. It's better in a Caprihina, better in a mixed drink for sure. But drinking it straight, I've had far worse. Bacardi, Gold. That stuff is disgusting. Bacardi Gold is gross. And it, like, no joke, I don't know what it is. I have, like, an allergic reaction to Bacardi Gold. I don't know what it is. It makes my throat close up. Like, I've never felt like I needed an EpiPen until I drank Bacardi Gold. Genuinely, it's crazy. This stuff, on the other hand, it ain't bothering my throat. It tastes unique. Not bad, but definitely unique. And it's getting me a buzz. I'm just sitting here drinking slowly on the balcony in Brazil, overlooking some shrubbery and nature. Bro, this is the vibe. This is nice. I'm enjoying myself. Man, this is a good time. What would make this a better time, though? I wonder what would make this a better time. I wonder. I don't want to say it on video because monetization, but I wonder. I wonder what would make this a better time. I wonder. It's so different from what I'm used to, though. I am not very used to that sort of fermented flavor, I gotta admit. It's very unique. The sort of fermented flavor of cachaça. It's not bad. I can definitely see how some may say that it's a love it or hate it drink. I can definitely see how some would just not like cachaça. I can definitely see how that might be a thing. For sure, no question. I definitely think there's people out there that are just not going to like the sort of fermented flavor of what I'm drinking right now. Excuse me. Excuse me. But I actually really like it. I actually think this is really solid. This is really, no, I really like this. This is good. And if this is a $3 cachaça, what does a $20 bottle taste like? I've been hearing a lot of good things about Weber House. Apparently, it's like the best sipping cachaça you can get your hands on for a reasonable price. I did find some of their like 3 and 4 year aged ones. I don't really want to try some of their 3 and 4 year aged ones because they were like $50, and I'm like, I don't know if I can take back that home with me, but it's kind of tempting now. I kind of want to see how they are. If I find them again, if I go back to where I found them, I may have to pick a bottle of the Weber House up. I kind of want to try the clear Weber House because I've heard really good things about that sipping wise as well, and it doesn't cost as much. It's like $20 rather than $50, but you know, what I find is what I find. Yeah, wow. Flavor-wise, I'm still trying to think of a way to describe the flavor of cachaça. And do correct me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm pretty sure I am probably not pronouncing it correctly, but maybe I am. Maybe I am. Who knows? But really, the best way to describe the flavor of cachaça, in my opinion, of at least the Cachaça 51, is that it's very much that of a Oh, wait, that's what that flavor is. Oh, man, now that I'm really thinking about it. Okay, there's a little bit of banana in there. It's like fermented banana and fruity flavor and a little bit of forest. Oh, the more you sip on, the more you notice, for sure with this beverage. I gotta admit, the Cachaça 51, $3. I was like, I don't know how it's gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be good to drink straight. I don't know if it's gonna taste like straight nail polish. I don't know what's going on with it. I had heard okay things about it overall, but in my opinion, I'm like, from my American perspective, for $3, I am expecting, like, crap. I am expecting the worst thing on earth for the amount of liquor I got. Brazil, though, it's a different story. It's a different story. Brazil is just built different like that kind of thing. Nah. There's flavor in there. The flavor, I would have to say, doesn't really change as you continue drinking, but to somebody who is very much a cachaça newbie, who does not know what the flavor of cachaça is really like, who has not tried a lot, the flavor definitely took me a minute to really figure out. But I've kind of figured it out now to an extent. So for me, the Cachaça 51 is definitely a liquor that, while the taste doesn't change, while it doesn't develop as you continue drinking it, that's not something I've really noticed. Nonetheless, it is a liquor that, as I've continued drinking, I have noticed more of. The flavor itself hasn't developed, but I've noticed more of the flavor, and I've figured it out and thought it through, and that makes me really happy that I really just took my time with this liquor, because rushing through and not having an accurate descriptor is the exact opposite goal of what I'm trying to do today. I'm trying to have an accurate descriptor from my perspective of what Brazil's national liquor tastes like. And that's kind of what I have now. Okay. I am buzzed, though. This stuff is getting me good. I am buzzed. I didn't think to go pick up any soda or anything like that, like before this video. I should have. I should have gone and picked up like a Sprite or a Coca-Cola to mix in with this or something like that. But I do have water with me, so I think I'm going to be doing a cachaça and water for the first time today as well. Seeing how that is. Sometimes water can kind of give you flavors that you wouldn't have otherwise gotten from the liquor, so I definitely think that's something that I am going to be doing in just a couple minutes. And thankfully the lighting from inside is doing quite well. I am buzzed, though. I'm getting distracted by like everything. Man, the buzz from this, oh man, I'm trying to think of what it's most similar to, because this is not my standard whiskey buzz. This is not my standard buzz that I get from Everclear. I mean, like, in my opinion, every different alcohol made with different things has a slightly different buzz. The same can be said about cigarettes as well, in my opinion. They give you a different buzz than pipe tobacco or cigars, etc., and depending on what the alcohol is made of, whether it's wheat or malt or barley or anything like that kind of thing, it's going to give you a slightly different buzz just due to the ingredients kind of thing. It might still be alcohol, excuse me, but it's going to give you a slightly different buzz. Cachaça, I'm feeling a very energetic, very talkative buzz, and I am feeling it's a very intense head buzz, but like I haven't stood up at all, so let's stand up. And okay, it's not just a head buzz, it's a body buzz as well for sure. Like, yeah, it's a head buzz and a body buzz, and I'm feeling all tingly right now. I haven't had any alcohol in like 4 days, I said. I don't drink every day normally. Like, I drink less than I feel like some people may believe. Genuinely, I really do. I don't drink every day. But it has been 4 days without alcohol, which is more than I usually do. And due to that, I think I'm getting a little bit of a buzz right now. I'm sure this is helping, though. This is one of these. It's one of these. One more hit. This honestly pairs surprisingly well with the cachaça as well. I'm surprised. I didn't think the flavor was going to pair very well, but it kind of does, honestly. Kind of does. Whew, I'm buzzed, though. I'm buzzed. Yeah, I would have to say the flavor I'm getting, there's a little bit of banana in there. So overall, I'm getting very much that of a sweet, sort of fermented fruit banana. No, oh man, I'm trying to think of like the right order to put everything, because I try to do everything, like the first thing I say is the most significant, and then after that, it gets less significant. So I try to do order of significance in how I speak when describing flavors of liquor and other things I'm reviewing, kind of thing. That's how I tend to try to do my reviews and whatnot. Minecraft Villager Noise, number 7. Yo, shout out Minecraft. Shout out, Tech-It. Shout out Tech-It for real. Shout out, Hermitcraft and Minecraft. For real, for real. Shout out, Tech-It. Shout out Tech-It. I only used Tech-It like once, though, I'll acknowledge. There was another alternative at the time when Tech-It was really popular that I can't remember the name of. I met the creator of that version, though, and I can't remember. I was a huge fan at the time. Still am a huge fan, because I thought that mod pack was awesome. I can't remember just off the top of my head what the name of that mod pack was, but it was like the main competitor to Tech-It for quite a while there. And I can't remember the name of it. But shout out that mod pack. Shout out that mod pack. That stuff was epic. Learning how to install mods in Minecraft when I was like 12, 13 years old, I gotta admit, that set my media literacy at a very high degree. I might not be a comp sci major, but I know how to install Minecraft mods, baby. And honestly, I gotta admit, the more you drink cachaça, the smoother it gets. Wow. At the very beginning, I was like, wow, that's really hot. That's kind of, ooh, kind of thing. But the more I've drank, the more I've gone, that stuff goes down like water. Some liquors ain't like that. Just frankly put, some liquors ain't like that. For me, vodka ain't like that. Rum is kind of like that for me. Whiskey's kind of like that for me. Everclear, no, not like that for me. But the more I drink cachaça, the more I'm like, man, that stuff goes down like water. And the flavor is so nice as well. The flavor is really good. Like, it doesn't really develop. It doesn't change. But I feel like I got to burp. But the flavor itself is really nice. Definitely, I think, for some off-putting. And if I hadn't tried an agricole rum before, I think it would be really off-putting for me as well, I will acknowledge. But the flavor of the cachaça is very much that of a, I would say, of the Cachaça 51 in specific, the flavor is that of a sweet banana, fermented fruit, rainforest taste, like rainforest with down rotting trees taste. I can't really think of a better way of putting it than that. But yeah, it's got that of a sort of sweet, I would say the sweetness is kind of like sugarcane juice kind of thing. It's a sort of sugarcane juice sweetness, in my opinion. So you get sort of a sweet sugarcane juice flavor with an undertone of banana. And then after that, you've got like fermented fruits kind of thing. And then after that, you've got like rainforest or like just forest with like a lot of rotting wood, like just sitting there after a rainstorm kind of thing. So yeah, sweet sugarcane juice, banana, fermenting fruits, and like the taste of a smell of a forest after it rains, but the forest has a lot of rotting wood in it. is kind of what the flavor of the Cachaça 51 is. Some might say that sounds really off-putting, but it's actually really solid, and I actually really like it. And that's actually a really nice flavor, and I actually really like it, and it's actually really good, and I actually want to drink more. So you know what? Now that I've described the flavor, I am going to drink more, because guess what? I want to drink more. So I'm going to drink more, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's drink some more. I think this time I'm going to mix some with water. So I'm just going to pour a little bit in my glass, and I'm going to mix it with water. I'm going to go for that amount, and I'm going to fill the rest of the glass full with water. You know, it's always good to stay hydrated when you're drinking alcohol, so why not have some alcohol with your hydration? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I got some Santa Rita Agua Mineral natural water, 2 liter, with me today. And let's go and pour that in. This is good water, by the way. This is pretty solid water, in my opinion. I think it's pretty solid, personally, at least. I think it's pretty good water. Let's give this a little bit of smell. Smells like a more mild version of the Cachaça's 51. What a surprise. Well, let's take a sip. Ooh, that's nice. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's smooth. That's smooth. That's solid. I didn't really put a lot in there. I put just a little bit in there, but the flavor definitely comes through quite pronounced. I think that probably is also due to the fact that I've been drinking, sipping on it for like the last 30 minutes or so, roughly speaking. So I'm sure the flavor is coming through as pronounced as it is, because it's already on my taste buds. I'm already used to the flavor of the Cachaça. Oh, my lighter's on the table. This is my final American Spirit. I only had half of it earlier on today. But this is the final one. This is the final one. And it's getting dark out here. I'm really glad I have the lights on inside, that's for sure. It's not getting that dark, though. It might be getting dark on camera, but not so much like in real life with my eyes kind of thing. One might say eyes are the cameras of the body. But are they really? Because the resolution I see, certainly you can't see in any cameras. The resolution of my eyes, I don't know what the actual... I saw a YouTube video about that, but I didn't watch it. I should have watched it. But somebody had something, it was like a video on like what resolution do our eyes see? And like what aperture length do our eyes see and everything like that kind of thing. And our aperture is like crazy. It's like 168 degrees or something like that. Like I think I know that, but... I think it's probably more than 168 degrees, honestly. We see a lot with our eyes, especially with 2 of them. You cover up one and you're like, oh man, can't see as much. But 2 of them and you're like, man, you can see a little bit more than with 1. I'm buzzed. But resolution be like, whoa, my eyes really do have a good resolution. Not gonna lie. My eyes really, it's like I'm watching 4K 60 FPS, but it's like 12K, 100 million FPS. I'm like, I guess technically speaking, I'm like, I don't know if my eyes actually see at the speed. Well, no, my eyes, well, I guess you could argue your eyes see at the speed of light, maybe, but... No, I don't really think so, because if so, you would see like the light actually coming from the light to hit the ground below it. And like if the light is far enough away, then maybe you can see that, like with like a meteor exploding above you or something like that kind of thing. Like I've seen the videos of the meteor exploding above Russia and whatnot. But I feel like our eyes do not see at the speed of light. This is just not how it is, kind of thing. Excuse me. It's probably like, I don't know. Little bit frames per second. What aperture length and frames per second and quality our eyes see at, though? I honestly don't know. I'm sure at some point we'll hit cameras that are genuinely better quality than our eyes can actually tell apart and see, though. It's probably going to take like at least another 5 years, but we'll get there eventually. I say another 5 years because there's that one law with technology. I can't remember what it is, but it's like every year, like technology gets like doubly as good or something like that kind of thing. I can't remember what the actual law is or what the name is, but I've heard that law before, and I think it was in regards to memory in specific, but I think it can be applied to a lot of technology. Like the actual product itself might not get doubly better per se, but the actual theoretical, like physical technology that we can make might get doubly better. I don't know what the actual, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm buzzed. I'm having a good time though. Cachaça, I gotta admit, is great. Mixing it with water is pretty fire too. I'm really enjoying it, and we'll see if it gives me a hangover in the morning. I don't know. I've heard cachaça can give you a banger hangover, and I don't want one. But I also haven't drank like crazy amounts today. I haven't drank crazy style today. Like I've just had like a solid, probably 2 shots during this video, and I'm buzzed. Buzz the hoe. One thing I gotta admit, I've been finding amusing about being here in Brazil. I've been here for a couple days so far, and I wasn't sure how much weed I was going to be smelling. I've smelled a good amount. I've smelled a good amount of weed, I'm not going to lie, y'all. I don't believe it's legal here, but I've been smelling a good amount. people be definitely smoking here. Shout out. And people be smoking them cigarettes too. Shout out. People be drinking that alcohol too. Shout out. But yeah, I've just found that pretty amusing. I'm like, I'm not sure how much I'm going to be really smelling. Because like, in some countries I've visited, it's like, oh, I don't smell any. And then I smell it, and I'm like, whoa, that's hilarious. Somebody's actually going for it. Like Japan, for example, I've smelled herb a total of like 2 times in Japan. Both times were on my first trip to Japan. One time was on a mountain trail, and a couple was like about to pass me when I was hiking. And like, they were, I think they were smoking. It was like an older couple, and I'm pretty sure they were smoking. And then the other time was like I was in like a hotel lobby, and like some guys definitely had it on them because it was smelling for sure. But yeah, I was like, that's too funny. But Brazil, you definitely be smelling it every once in a while for sure. I gotta admit, final thoughts on cachaça. Final thoughts on this experience as a whole. Has this been a good experience? Have I enjoyed this experience? Has this been a good time? Oh man, this has been great. This has been great. I genuinely came into this not knowing how cachaça was going to be, not knowing if the Cachaça 51 was going to be a good choice for this or not, kind of thing. I didn't know if I was going to enjoy myself, but I have had a great time today. I have thoroughly enjoyed not only the buzz I've got, but also the flavor from the cachaça I got. I found Cachaça 51 to be honestly pretty pleasant to sip on. Really not bad at all. Genuinely pretty good to sip on, in my opinion. And I actually like the flavor of cachaça quite a bit. I really do think cachaça is a very, you love it or hate it flavor. I don't think everybody's gonna like it. What I described is what I described. I don't think everybody's gonna like it, but I like it. I think it's good. It's different from what I've tried before, and I find it to be quite pleasant. And I definitely want to try some cachaça mixed drinks in the future, 1. And I definitely want to try 2, a caprihina in the future. Need to try caprihina. I think tomorrow my goal is going to be go out and get the ingredients for a caprihina, because I want to try a caprihina. Caprihina, hey, hey. Or what? How does the song go? I don't know. Such an iconic piece of internet history there, though. No, I will not do the dance during my caprihina video. That will not be happening. I'm not doing the caprihina dance. That ain't happening, guys. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. But I definitely need to try caprihina. Need to try some mixed drinks. I think definitely like a caprihina and Red Bull, caprihina and Monster, caprihina and Sprite. I think maybe a caprihina and Coke. Try all that. See how it is. And I'm going to see if I can bring some caprihina back home with me as well. like low-key. Because they don't sell them in a local liquor store, that's for damn sure. My local liquor stores ain't got that selection. And I kind of want to bring some home with me, so it's pretty tempting to do so. If I have room, I do. If I don't, I don't. Let me just put it that way. Where's my lid for my ashtray? There it is. Just had to finish that off real quick. Overall, I gotta admit, this experience has been really good. I just finished off... Oh, nope, it's not done. It's not done. I just finished off my Caprahina in water. Overall, I gotta admit, my first ever time drinking Brazilian liquor. My first ever time drinking Brazilian's national liquor, the Cachaça. I feel like I'm butchering it. I have no idea if I am. Really good experience. The buzz, I gotta admit, is fire. The buzz is so good. The taste, definitely love it or hate it, but I really like it. And overall, just a really good experience. And the Cachaça 51, I gotta admit, for the price, from my American perspective, like, if the Cachaça 51 was, like, sold, and I know it's imported, so it's gonna be, like, if it was in the United States, it's imported, so it's gonna be sold at, like, a way higher margin than, like, everything else. But, like, let's say, like, you get rid of the import fees and everything like that kind of thing. Like, it's just sold there at a price. I think it would be, in the United States, like, a solid, at least $20 bottle. Probably more like $30 bottle. So for $14.99 Brazilian real, or around about $2.89 USD, I think it punches way above its price point. It punches so far above its price point. It is very good for the price, and just good in general. It's just good in general. Cachaça kind of bangs, kind of fire, kind of really good, kind of really like it, kind of want to really try more varieties while I'm here. I have some other varieties I'm going to be trying. Hopefully I can find some more warehouse as well. Cachaça and water. Honestly, really good. Really enjoyed it. I can absolutely see myself drinking that again as well. That was really good. Want to try some mixed drinks. And overall, the Cachaça 51, I think, was a great place to start, kind of thing. I think it was a great place to start. Now I can kind of figure out what higher end Cachaça might taste like, kind of thing. Yeah. I think it's been a really good, like, base point to start my experience with Cachaça. Overall, this has been a great experience. Rating wise, for the price, I think the Cachaça 51 in specific, not the entirety of Cachaça as a liquor genre, but this specific variety, I think it deserves a very solid 7.8 out of 10. I think a solid 7.8 out of 10 to 8 out of 10. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Maybe it's just buzzed me speaking. I'm not sure, but I think an 8 out of 10 is deserving for this. Really, really, really solid. Really, really, really enjoyable. Really, really, really like it, especially for the price. At $30, let's say, theoretically speaking, I think it would be more like a 7 out of 10. But for $3, I can't complain. I really can't complain. This stuff's fire. This stuff's good for the price. And it's not just good for the price. It's just good in general. I got no complaints on my behalf, frankly put. None at all. And I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video today. I've had a great time. I'm buzzed. I think I'm going to go get out of the Airbnb and I'm going to go get myself a Sprite because I really want a soda right now. I don't know why, but the Cachaça made me really want a soda. So I want to go get a soda and I want to go walk around. And that's a good way to describe the buzz. It makes me want more sugar and it makes me want to walk around. It gives me a very energetic, talkative, want to walk around buzz. Yeah. Great liquor. Great liquor. I like Cachaça, how it's pronounced some way. Apologies for butchering it. Solid stuff. No complaints. Appreciate y'all watching today's video. Make sure to check out my new poetry book, Poems to Read While Smoking Cigarettes. If you haven't already, make sure to go check it out in the description and comments down below. Highly recommend y'all pick it up, of course. Appreciate all y'all watching this video today. Make sure to like and subscribe if you guys have enjoyed watching today's video. And make sure to check out everything else in the description down below. If you guys are not from the United States. All the international links for where you can find my book are on my website, so make sure to go check that out if you guys want to check out my book from an international perspective, outside of the United States, that is. I say as I'm not in the United States right now. But yeah, make sure to go check it out. Highly recommend. Appreciate y'all watching today's video, and until the next one, y'all, stay safe and peace, and have a great one.